So, Mr. Brasher, do you have a written or oral agreement with Miss Lee?
I have an agreement via text message for $100 a week.
Okay, so it's kind of like more like an oral agreement. Okay, that's fine. And $100 a week, so about $400 a month or so, maybe 500 depending on the month.
About that, yes, yes, Judge.
Okay, and last time she gave you $100.
Last time was, let me refer back, October 18th.
October 18th. Okay. Now I do see that you filed this in November, and that means that she would have owed at that time at least a month's worth of payments. However, you've indicated on your complaint that she does not owe any back rent, but it's 185 a week. What's up with that?
I never said 185 a week. I'm not sure where you're getting that information from. It's supposed to be for $100 a week, Judge.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. What's going on? Let's find the right case up. I see what I did. I'm sorry about that. Hold tight.
It's okay.
Okay, so you're saying she's about, okay, that makes more sense. And you're saying $100 a week, $500 is what she's behind. That makes way more sense. Thank you. And all right, so you're just looking for you're looking for at this juncture, that was back on the $500 from the 25th. Since that time, yeah, I guess that would be $1,000 in total if I were to give a writ of possession, since the 25th is Christmas. So it would technically be, is there a late fee? I don't think you guys have an agreed late
No,
fee.
no, no, Judge. The mediator, Miss Wright, had worked out the numbers to the T. But that I forget what she said. It was like 918, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, if maybe until the day, but I could see if you filed on the 25th and you were alleging 500, then the 25th being, the day that she would have in 7 days would ultimately be another uh, month, and that would be another maybe 500. I'd have to check the weeks. I assume that's 4 weeks. But anyway, I'll confirm. But okay, if that's it, let me speak with Miss Lee. Miss Lee, tell me, did you have an agreement to pay $100 a week to Mr. Bradshaw?
So yeah, so when he had offered to let me stay with him when I was going through some things, I had just got a job at the time, and it wasn't really an agreement. It was me, like, he was offering me a place to stay, and I offered to give him 100 a week, so I don't just be in his house for free.
Yep,
And so that's more like, yeah. So I basically offered that, and we agreed on it. It was good all the way up until I lost my Amazon job. It was in between jobs. I just got a job last week, just started, not even a week ago. So I asked him to give me time until I got a job, and I was going to start paying again. But I didn't have a job, so I had no way of making any money.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're stepping inside a courtroom where a simple $100 a week living arrangement starts unraveling fast. What seems like a basic agreement quickly turns confusing as the judge spots inconsistencies in the claimed rent and payment history. As pressure builds, the defendant reveals she lost her job, had no transportation, and couldn't pay. Now the case shifts from numbers to real-life struggle, setting the stage for a tense legal showdown.
Or at the time either. I just didn't have a way. I was
right.
always in the house. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Judge, if I could interject, I never offered, like, I never sent her a text saying, "Hey, you need."
Well, no, I don't think I gathered that. I think she said that, initially she offered it, you accepted, and you guys agreed for her to pay $100 a week. She hasn't paid $100 a week.
That sounds better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just what it is, Miss Lee. I mean, it's $100 a week. Ultimately, if we're starting from the 25th being the date that he's alleging that you haven't paid, that being really a Tuesday, but we've got 1 week, which would be the 1st through the 6th. And we got second week, 8th through the 12th. Third week, this week, fourth week. So that's about $900.
Yeah, she said 996. I think that's what I had seen. Which is basically 1,000 that I would owe all the way up until
So I mean, without anything else being alleged, and that's what it would be,
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's what it'll be. As far as the amount, again, that's $500. There's no late fee. If I'm adding, there's another 4 weeks. I'm not sure how you got, but if I did it, maybe she did it by days. Give me 1 second. Okay.
I was gonna say I didn't know if she sends over her notes to you.
No, technically we can't use any of their notes. That's a confidential settlement agreement.
Okay. Yeah. So we had worked out an agreement when we were in the breakout room for me to pay all the way up until the end of the month and then owe back. And he asked a question. I really don't remember exactly what the question was, but he asked a question at the end. Maybe he could chime in, but he did ask a question.
If I can interject, all I asked was if the person, because we had worked out an agreement up to the 31st, if they don't pay that $100 on that date, on that said date, I had simply just asked what is the course of action from that point, and then that's when she had said, "Oh, I'm not even going to be here. I'm going out of town. I need till the 3rd," and then that's when Miss Wright said, "If this getting too confusing, I'm sending you back to the judge." I was cool. I had no issues.
I was cool with it as well. It's just because the new year, I was going to be with family. So that's why even though I was going to still send him that $100, they were saying for me to move out on the 31st, but I won't be here. And I was asking if maybe we can make it be the 3rd instead of the 31st. That way I'll be home and be able to move and stuff like that.
And see, I have no ability to make an agreement happen. If you guys want an agreement, you guys will feel free to do so. I don't have an ability to make it the 3rd. All I can say is that sounds like the 31st sounds better than the 25th. But if you're not here to vacate, then I can see your frustration.
Because plans were already set and tickets were already made. So
I will just say this, Mr. Brash. All right, just so you understand.
Right? Okay.
If you are willing to let her stay through the 31st, I will tell you, I can't say for sure, right? But I do know the court's closed on the 1st because it is a holiday, right? And so, the 1st is a Thursday. The 2nd is a Friday, right? Correct. So I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you sound very close to resolving. And if it's a matter of 48 hours, I just want you to be aware that you would not be able to get the writ signed or executed.
I'm not saying
first. But if that's not the issue, I'm happy to do what I was going to do. But
I'm not saying you got to leave now, like today. Like, I understand.
But if you guys can reach an agreement in lieu of that new information, feel free. I prefer people to reach agreements only because they're ultimately responsible for the outcome. I don't mind doing my job, but you got to tell me whether or not you guys prefer to reach an agreement or you want me to do what I'm going to do. So you guys
just asking until the 3rd. That's all I'm asking for. Well, just until the 3rd to be able to leave.
The 3rd is a Saturday, so it's whatever.
Like until the weekend to give me time to be able to maneuver once I get back and be able to get everything and leave. Like 31st.
Now things start getting serious. The courtroom turns tense as both sides clash over missed payments and, more importantly, the move-out date. The defendant asks for just a little more time, but the plaintiff pushes back, clearly frustrated by repeated delays and broken timelines. The judge tries to guide them toward a mutual agreement, but trust is already strained. This moment becomes the breaking point where patience runs out and the plaintiff leans toward a firm judgment.
This is a holiday, you know what I mean?
Well, 31st.
My issue, Judge, was the fact that at first it was the 31st. Then now here comes this 3rd stuff. And this was the issue the whole time she was staying here.
I will say this. It's not appealable if you guys do a consent, right? And you know what the terms are. Now, you're right. If I do a judgment, I do a judgment. And that is what it is, too. So you just gotta feel like, hey, man, what you want to do? What you want to do?
I would rather, I mean, at this point, just do the judgment because the dates kept getting extended throughout the whole time she was staying here. It's like, okay, I need 2 more weeks, then I need another 2 weeks after that 2 weeks. And it's like no date is ever definite.
If you're telling me you want me to move out by Christmas or you're kicking me out on Christmas, okay. I was asking just to give me enough time to make it home and get my stuff and go. But if that's what you're saying, Tosh, okay.
I didn't say anything. That's the judge.
I'm not
saying anything.
I can only.
I want to start the year off positive.
I mean, I can only give you 7 days. That's not. There's nothing, direct or personal. That's just what the law is. So if you guys want to reach an agreement still, my mediator is still here. Otherwise,
the 31st is fine. I could probably be out beforehand. I just got to set some things. I just started my job, so I just got to figure some things out.
So Judge, let me ask you this because I asked Mrs. Wright and she couldn't give me an answer on that. If that person doesn't leave by the 31st, what is the next course of action?
To file for the writ of possession.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, then y'all need to go back and finish an agreement so I can sign.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ms. Wright. You can send them back to the bid breaker. And clerk, who else do we have in mediation? No, mediator Waters with somebody. Is that position 11?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Well, then we'll take a brief recess. Let me know if you guys are going to reach an agreement. Please go back and do so. Thank you. Folks, you're already under oath, so I don't need to do that again. Let me just tell you what the terms are. Folks, you guys have agreed to the following. The parties agree that the plaintiff is entitled to a writ of possession and judgment against defendant in the amount of $982.16. Tenant shall vacate on or before December 31st, 2025. Excuse me. Tenant shall pay $100 on or before each remaining Sunday of December, specifically the 20th.
This is where everything finally comes together. With legal limits in place, the judge lays out the reality, and both sides are pushed toward a final resolution. The defendant begins to concede, while the plaintiff secures structured terms that include payments, deadlines, and a move-out date. The tension settles into clarity as the agreement is officially read and accepted. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
1st and 28th of December. Tenant shall pay $200 on or before the 15th of each month, beginning January continuing until March 2026. Tenant shall pay $182.16 on or before April 15th, 2026. Daily rate $14.29 to adjust judgment if writ executed prior to December 31st, 2025. And again, that's December 31st, 2025 upon defendant's failure to pay $100 on or before December 21st or December 28th, okay? Are these the terms that the parties have agreed to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a yes, Ms. Lee?
Yes.
All right, excellent. I'm going to put my signature on the agreement. You guys will get a copy of it in your email, and you guys are both free to go.
Okay,
Thank you,
You guys have a blessed holiday. Thank you.
You as well.
All right. Thank you, mediator Wright. You're free to go. Have a blessed holiday.
Thank you, Your Honor.